Thank you very
I'll
much.
put you in a corner if you're not careful. No, out the front. Question 1. What's your plan?
Well, firstly, thank you very much for inviting me. And I'd like to thank the fast disappearing...
Could you speak up, please?
Yes, thank you very much for inviting me and thank you for coming along. I'm a councillor, okay? And the council, I'm a councillor. I know there's at least one other potential councillor here. I can't see any other councillors here. But this is certainly in our area. But, you know, I don't determine Sydney Bus's policy. Now, it's easy for me to say. I could easily say to you, look, I will support a council-run bus service. But number one, I doubt whether that would be supported by the other councillors, number one. And number two, that would be a very onerous financial obligation on council, and certainly not the business that we're in. So I'm not going to say that to you because I'm not at all confident that that is a solution and that I could deliver that, or that I could even get support to that for that from the other councillors. We could run a community bus service from Elizabeth Bay to Park Street. At least do that. And I think it's quite outrageous that this bus is going to go up St Mary's Road and down Macquarie Street into Gresham Street. The only reason I can imagine that they would do that is so nobody would use it. And then in a year's time they'd say, well, look, nobody's using the 311, let's get rid of it. That's probably... So I think Malcolm's analysis is correct. I think part of it is the buses, but I think the real agenda here is they want to get rid of the service. So I think that's what's going on. So all I can offer you as a Greens councillor is I can offer you the support of my colleagues in the Parliament. We have 4 upper house members. At the next election we hope to have other upper house members. We have run quite successful campaigns as Greens, as you probably know. We ran a big campaign against the Cross City Tunnel.
Right, I'm going to rein you in there. Well, okay. Answer the question.
Well, I can't. If you want to know what I can do tomorrow to restore the service, I can't do anything. So if that's what you want from me, I'm finished. But what I can say is that that the Greens will support the community. We have run these campaigns in the past, and they have been successful.
Thank you.
Now,
would somebody like to ask him a question?
Yes.
Specifically...
Mrs Gidley King.
Yes, Mrs Gidley King.
We need a second money box. We need a second. That one's full.
Well, we've run out of the elephant.
Do you have any knowledge of the recent submission of Council's traffic to Parliament? What was the 16-page submission about traffic in this area, including the 311 bus, that was recently submitted to Parliament on behalf of the City Council? 16 pages.
Yes.
You know it?
Yes, I know of it, but I don't know it in
Don't
detail.
know what the content was?
Not in detail, no.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't read it, no.
You haven't read it?
No.
You don't
Why?
know what the council has
Thank you. Right, I think that cuts that out. Why haven't you read it?
I haven't got a copy of it, and I haven't had the time to do it.
Seems fair. If you've ever done any campaigning, it absolutely buggers you, I can assure you.
So just to finish off, there are things that can be done, and I think the smart tactic here is to engage some of the other political parties that may have a presence in this area in the future. I think a really important thing for this organisation to do is to get in front of Mr O'Farrell. I think that would be a smart political thing to do, and get his support to restore this bus service, because I would like to see that particular party put that on their agenda for the next election campaign.
Thank you.
I think that would be powerful. I think we can do some public theatre and some public stuff to keep this in the media as well, but I won't talk about that now because I don't think you want to hear that. But I'm not going to write any letters to the Minister, it's a waste of time.
Certainly is.
The Greens actually, as a journalist, the Greens, who lives in the area, not journalists covering this, the Greens have actually got some very, very good contacts with transport journalists right across the medium.
Yep.
So I think perhaps that's one area where you could assist.
Yes. Yeah.
Would you repeat the question, please?
It wasn't a question, it was just a comment.
It was, as Tony What's-his-name does on Q&A, I'll take that as a comment.
Thank you.
Mr Harris has now nominated his next speaker. Auntie Meredith, would you